Reserve time.
Hello guys and girls, and welcome to the second game between Not Legit and the Southeast Asian Rejects for the MASCA CyberWars Dota 2 tournament. My goodness, I've been doing this a lot. Okay, I've joined you a little bit late this time. I'm going to get myself something nice in my throat. Chocolatey. So, let's get quickly into these bans. 4 bans already by both teams. We've got Bat Rider, Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman, not usually a ban, but he has been a first pick, so it's understandable that he's a second ban. And Razor and Centaur War Runner being banned out by Not Legit as well. Razor, an interesting ban out. We haven't seen him played or banned in the last few games. On the side of the dial. Sorry, on the side of the Radiant, Southeast Asian Rejects, we've got the Lycan, the Tide Hunter ban, the Skywrath Mage ban, and the Invoker ban, which we have seen him being picked before. Tinker was the first pick by the Radiant team there, and the second pick was the Wraith King being picked out, being used to reasonably good effect as a support. The question is, will they shift him into a carry role in this game? Not Legit have already picked out 3 of the big ultimates, and they've gone with the Faceless Void Witch Doctor combo here already. They've gone with a Faceless Void Witch Doctor combo here. This combo incredibly strong. Why? It's because the Chronosphere, if you hold people into the Chronosphere, it means that the Death Ward can do the maximum damage possible. The Doom being picked up as a type of maybe a late game, either way a reasonably strong offlane hero because of the speed, move speed that he gets with the Scorched Earth, and the fact that he is a very, very tanky hero means that he's a little bit hard to kill in the late game. In the early game, I should say. And even harder to kill in the late game. Vengeful Spirit picked up as the second support alongside Witch Doctor for Not Legit, so they're probably looking for a mid now. And Enigma has been picked up by SEAR. Enigma being mainly used for his black hole as well as for his pushing power with the demonic conversion and the March of the Machines. Already SEAR seem to have a lot more pushing power than Not Legit. Either way, Not Legit have alrightish stopping power. They've got the cask, Witch Doctor's cask, which is reasonably good at sort of slowing down waves. It can do a reasonably good job at slowing down waves. Not to mention it's not uncommon for Faceless Void to pick up something like a Mjolnir instead of a Battle Fury in oriented fights rather than late game fights. And the fact that they've gone Timbersaw means that it looks like that they do want to push out and push out hard. The question is, have they rotated Wraith King into an offensive role, or have they rotated him down into a supportive role?
5 seconds remaining.
Are they going to keep him as a support Wraith King? And I honestly don't know, and I'm not sure if Not Legit know, because of the fact that if they ban out a support, then they can use Wraith King as a carry. If they ban out a carry, then if they ban out a support, then they can use Wraith King as a carry. If they ban out a carry, then they can use Wraith King as a carry. I'm getting very, very confused. The point is that it's hard to determine exactly what to ban, but it looks like they ban out the Morphling, because that's the last thing they want to play against, is a hero that can just split out, and they're assuming that that's going to be a support Wraith King again, and I'm not too sure if that's going to be a support Wraith King, because there's no real reason why it
10 seconds
shouldn't be a carry Wraith King. The lanes are pretty set up on the side of SEAR, and although they look set up on the side of Not Legit, Faceless Void can use his backtrack to get out of a tricky situation reasonably quickly, which means that you can actually put him in the off lane. Not to mention you can have an aggressive tri-lane with Faceless Void. And Witch Doctor and Vengeful Spirit as well. Even though he's not the best hero for it, it can definitely work. Or you can put him solo safe lane and have Doom in your aggressive tri-lane, also works. On the side of the Radiant, for the Southeast Asian Rejects, there's not really much option. You can put Tinker off lane, but you don't. You can put Timbersaw mid, but you don't. The only real toss-up is between Wraith King and Enigma, both of which can be good in offensive tri lanes. Except it would really depend on what the next hero is, and if they're playing Wraith King as a support, then they probably want to play him in a defensive tri lane. They almost certainly want to play him in a defensive tri lane. So eating into the reserve time for the last pick here for Not Legit. Obviously still taking their time to decide exactly what it is they want to run. But it looks like they pick out a mid-hero is their Storm Spirit. Yes, it's mid-hero was what they needed, is a Storm Spirit. So it is going to be a tri-lane, Faceless Witch Doctor Vengeful, maybe Doom Witch Doctor Vengeful, but I'm thinking that that Doom's going to go in the off-lane. And the Storm Spirit in the mid to counter the Tinker. A reasonably strong counter, actually. Tinker's going to have a reasonably-ish difficult time securing a kill on Storm Spirit. Whereas Storm Spirit may, probably won't be, but may be able to secure a kill on Tinker. And the last pick for the Radiant here, it looks like they do want a second support, either that or a hard carry. I don't like Wraith King as a carry. I don't really like him as a support, but I definitely don't like him as a carry. So I'd love to see something being picked up like a Luna. Even I think Luna could work to very good effect against a Faceless Void, purely because if she pops off her ult, even after Faceless Void Chronospheres, that could be before Faceless Void Chronospheres, that could be quite dangerous for Faceless Void if it's a one-on-one engagement. And Luna's quick enough, of course. The other hero that they could pick is an Anti-Mage. I don't think Anti-Mage has much synergy with this team, except for maybe Anti-Mage's ultimate with the Enigma. But it looks like they are running the Wraith King as a carry. It's going to be an Enigma, Lion, Wraith King tri-lane, maybe even an offensive tri-lane. Timbersaw is going to be on the off-lane, and Tinker is going to take the mid position on that team there. At least those are my assumptions.
Prepare for battle.
For those of you who have just joined, oh my god. Oh my god, is this a smoke gank? I was going to say is this a smoke rush, but it can't be. They've got nothing. They've got heal, but they've got nothing else to get rid of rush. And meanwhile, it looks like SEAR are doing the same thing. They're just waiting here and looking for someone to kill. Well, both teams have gone in the opposite directions, and not much is going to come out of this. So Asian Warrior, already having picked up the Time Walk, I'm not sure if I agree with that, is going to just try and roam the map and then meet up with the team. And there's a lot of pinging coming out suggesting that they are over in that direction. Either way, the sentry is going to come out right there. Very, very good sentry spot, because I'm fairly sure it blocks this camp as well as this camp here. But either way, that sentry definitely blocks this camp here. GLHF all round. For those of you who have just joined us, let me introduce the teams. Bulbasaur is on that Lion. Hungry playing the Enigma, both of which are supporting the carry Shupa as the Wraith King. In the mid, you've got MyLight playing the Tinker, and you've got an off-lane Dartel on the Timbersaw. That is on the side of the Southeast Asian rejects. Now let's check out two legit, or not legit, sorry. You've got Mark warding up as the Witch Doctor there. Fighting off in mid is Zero, who made an absolutely amazing performance last game. Absolutely thrilling performance last game. Maybe he can do the same as a Storm Spirit, who knows. You've got the Chinese guy, whose name I cannot pronounce, playing as the solo offlane Doom against a tri-lane Shupa. He's going to have absolutely no trouble in this lane. And then in the top lane, you've got Asian Warrior being supported by Fëanor on the Vengeful Spirit, Asian Warrior on the Faceless Void, and that's going to be reasonably hard. Sorry, that's going to be easy for the Timbersaw. The Timbersaw is going to have not much trouble in that lane. Bulbasaur, meanwhile, is sticking around here, and it looks like they do want to go in onto Mark here. And the question is MyLight going to go in on him? He's going to deal a lot of damage, he's going to deal a lot of harass, but ultimately he doesn't want to trade too much. He wants to wait for these creeps to come back before he comes back into this lane here. So this Doom is playing very, very safe. He wants to get to level 6 as quickly as possible so that he can have a much bigger effect in team fights. Okay, if you're watching in game, hi, how you doing? How's Dota TV? Dota TV's pretty good. You should totally be on my Twitch, twitch.tv/onlylogic. Twitch TV, better than Dota TV. Actually, it's not. Dota TV's great. You should stick to Dota TV. But seriously, hit that follow button on the Twitch if you're watching there. Oh, we've got a Witch Doctor coming round, and it looks like they want to go for this Timber Saw. Does he have Bash? He does have Bash, or Time Lock, dare I say. Is the Vengeful Spirit going to go around as well? It looks like she might, but when she does go around, this Timber Saw, as you can see, is going to go all the way back up. But he cannot see that this Witch Doctor is here. This Witch Doctor has been missing for his from his point of view the entire game, and now it looks like the Vengeful Spirit wants something to happen here. So now they're going to go in, and the cask is going to come out, and it is going to connect absolutely brilliantly, and now they're going to be able to go on this dart hill. The question is are they going to be able to follow up? All it needs is one more hit, and it's taken by Faceless Void. First blood picked up in that off lane by the Southeast Asian rejects. Well played by them. By not legit, sorry, not legit. Well played to them. So we can see this Doom playing very, very safe against this Bulbasaur. And a hit for a hit ultimately ends up better for Doom, but Doom does have to be really, really careful with what he does in this lane here. So not legit Zero putting out a little bit of harass against My Light here. Let's take a look at the last hits. We can see that, yeah, Zero is actually winning this lane. It's actually winning it by a mile! By a mile! He's 20-7 as opposed to the 4-0, the 5-0 now by that Tinker. My goodness, he is very far ahead. The easy lane Shupa is actually beating the easy lane Faceless Void, which is surprising. Having said that, Faceless Void does have the bonus of having taken a kill, which makes it a little bit more useful for him. There's no pulling going on with this Enigma, so Enigma's going to try and go into this jungle and pull this lane back so that maybe Bulbasaur and Shupa will be able to get a kill on this Doom, who's basically had free farm the entire game. Now they're looking at this Timber Saw. They're going to try and go in on this Timber Saw again. The cask is going to come out, but this time it's not going to connect as often. The cask is going to make it all the way in. Darthill's going to go all the way back here. He's going to try and go in, but it's going to make no difference. Mark's going to take a few tower hits, but that's the second kill against the off-lane Tinker. Now this is something Boys do brilliantly that other teams don't. Boys would be pushing this tower, and that's exactly what Not Legit should be doing, but they're not. And that's not very good practice. My goodness, Storm Spirit went really, really low to March of the Machines? Standing in March of the Machines? Obviously underestimating the power of that spell. Either way, a smoke rotation now by the winning team here. The question is, are they going to go in? And they should go in. They are going to go in. So there's the entrance right in there. The cask has come out. The cask has gone in again. They've tried to kill Zero, but that's a very, very strong initiation, and they've killed mid and ultimately won it for Zero there. Now he really should be microing the courier so that he can put his bottle on there, something that he's not doing. I guess he's waiting for the 6-minute rune. But either way, I'd just be carrying my courier with me. I'm not sure anyone at this stage really wants the courier. I take that back. There are a lot of... Oh, no, okay, they're going to... Yeah, then he definitely should have microed the courier back to refill the bottle, whether he was or wasn't getting the rune. At least that's just my opinion. Enigma's really low. Oh, he's just low from being in the jungle. That's alright then. So we've seen really good rotations by Not Legit. We've seen really good farming by Not Legit, aside from the Wraith King that, as I said, I don't think is a particularly strong hero, just in general. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like him. Thank you, Moose. It's great to have you on the stream. Yeah, nice to have you. Hit that follow button. Follow. Always good to follow. I actually got 50 likes on my Facebook. I'm really excited about it. I'm becoming like a pro, super pro, top-notch esports badass dude guy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sure I'm saying something, but I have no idea what that is. My goodness, those March of the Machines are dealing a lot of damage. Level 4 March of the Machines there means that the Tinker wants to be pushing hard. Dartil's going to be picked up again, but he's actually going to be able to get a kill there. He's actually going to be able to turn around, get a kill on the Faceless Void, which is actually huge. But the Timbersaw going down again, ultimately being not very good for him, making it 1-4 in favor of Not Legit. So now they've turned around. They want to go in for this Doom. Not very good timing on the stuns there, but it looks like they are going to go right in. Are they going to be body blocks? There aren't, but that's enough. They are able to go for it. Not Legit Zero. He wants to get a kill here. He's able to get a kill. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they get another kill on the off lane there. Will Zero be able to do something else? No, he won't. Unfortunately. Did try, but didn't get the kill. What, that thing? Oh, things are happening from far away. No, not used to casting like that. I'm really not used to casting like that. My god, it feels odd. I make videos like that though, but I don't do casting like that. I do casting from nice and close by so that you can see all the action. You want to see all the action, you want to move around with the action. So, Tinker is going to be able to get this regen rune as well as stack the Ancients, which means that he's doing the best job that he can of multitasking. Good rotations coming out by both teams now, but mainly by Not Legit, who are actually 6 for 3. So he's actually going to be able to get a few March of the Machines, before his regen pops. But having said that, the Faceless Void is going to come in, and there's going to be the combo with Mark, and that's a very, very damaging combo there. And Not Legit are really putting in a lot of pressure, and it looks like they might even be winning this game. Oh, and the Enigma missing that ultimate can actually be a huge sign. They've gone back in. They want to come in on this Bulbasaur, and Asian Warrior is going to get the kill. So that's 3 kills going to the side of Not Legit there. Meaning Not Legit are actually bringing these games back. A ping has been noted about the sentry ward. That is inside the trees. So now what they have to do is de-ward that. These are dire wards placed everywhere over the Radiant Ancient creeps. Mark giving a little bit of a rest to the Bulbasaur there. The question is, are they going to want to go in on him? And the answer is probably not. Okay, so there is just Ancient stacking and farming here. Not much stacking done because of the sentry wards that are here. But farming, definitely. Taking a look at net worth now. 5,200 in favour of Wraith King. That's definitely on top, but you can see that the the graphs are definitely saying otherwise in terms of the next three. I'm not really sure what this means, really. 3,000 experience going in favour of Not Legit, and 3,000 gold as well in favour of Not Legit. But it is still a close game, and all it'll take is a reasonably good team fight to bring it back. And Hungry does not have his black hole. He does, however, have a soul ring from his jungling, which means that he can actually push this lane. Wow, check out these Eidolons!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
These Eidolons, I must say, are pretty darn awesome. I've never seen them before, but I do like them. Will they be able to take down this tower? Oh, the Doom has come out. He has doomed the Wraith King, which means that his Reincarnate won't actually trigger. The ultimate's coming out on Hungry. They'll be able to go for this Doom. Oh no, I'll take that back. The Reincarnate does trigger. And the question is, will they be able to follow onto the Wraith King? Yes, they will be. And this is an absolute whitewash to Not Legit, who are getting a lot of kills. And really taking over in this early game, but now they do need to push. They did drop this tower eventually. Now they're going into the bottom lane, trying to drop the bottom lane. But I'd love to see the paralyzing cast come out to help push this lane. They need to go past the tower here and stop the creep wave at around about here, so that it doesn't interfere with the creep wave that's going to come in from the Dire side. But they can't do that. It looks like Storm Spirit has decided that he wants to do that. So he's going to deal as much damage as he can to the creeps here. And then be in range of tower, which is a little bit silly, but it doesn't matter, because it means that they will be able to bring down this tower nonetheless. And you can see immediately the Southeast Asian rejects are playing very, very, very carefully. And now we can see that Not Legit has taken over in terms of the top net worth graphs here, and even in terms of the supports are much higher in net worth than that of the Southeast Asian rejects. Now this is 1-0 to the Southeast Asian rejects, which means that it is a little bit trickier for them, and now they want to move into the bot lane. The question is, are they going to go for the Bulbasaur? No, you can see that the Southeast Asian rejects are playing very, very safe. As soon as they saw this, once again, much better warding from the Southeast Asian rejects coming out there than from Not Legit, something that we saw last game as well. So the game is still, I wouldn't say finally in the balance, but it's definitely still in the balance. It's definitely been noted that they have all gone into the Rosh pit, but there's a lot of damage coming out here. And Southeast Asian rejects can just do nothing about this. So Not Legit are going to be able to get a free Roshan, and they're going to be able to give their, what I assume will be either the Doom or the Faceless Void. But it looks like it will be the Faceless Void. They will be able to give the Faceless Void that Aegis, coupled with the fact that he does have a Hand of Midas, and that it has gone into the late game basically nice and early. I'm going to call this game to Not Legit. Dartel is trying to push here in the top lane, so they are going to see TPs. That tower is very low. It's actually in deny range. Is Mark going to stick around? Mark doesn't want to stick around. Shupa's going to run that, and Mark just has to turn around, and he's just going to... Oh, he's been caught in the ultimate, unfortunately, which means that he is just dead. Dartel's going to come in. He's going to be able to get a kill. That's one kill. Bulbasaur takes half of the health. He gets doomed, which means that nothing can happen on his end. He's definitely going to die there, and that's basically the end of it. Really good jump in by Not Legit, by Doom, getting that kill there, and Doom's got a Hand of Midas as well. So dare I say, this game is almost certainly in favour of Not Legit. almost certainly in favour of Not Legit, but I won't rule anything out. Let's take another quick look at the XP graph. So we see it hasn't even breached 10 grand. The gold graph has breached 10 grand, and that's going to say something. Because if we have a look at the items really quickly from these teams here, we're going to see that Zero has an Orchid already. Doom has a Blink and a Hand. Not Legit already has an Aghanim Scepter. And Mark is well on his way to getting an Aghanim Scepter himself, not to mention he's been playing hard support and he's already got a point booster, even though he's only got brown boots. And they've got the Vengeful Spirit Arcane boots there, and what looks to be a 4-staff coming out already, which means that he'll be able to get into an even better position once he does end up getting that 4-staff. So, Not Legit Zero is going to come right in. He's going to deal a lot of damage, and you see the Bulbasaur is going to go right down. Doom's going to finish him off. Doom's just got 9 seconds on the cooldown still, but they are going to be able to push this tower. And the Southeast Asian rejects are going to be very, very careful with the engagements that they decide to take, and they will have to do it at just the right time, because why? Chronosphere is already back up, so they're going to have to be extra, extra careful. And we can see the counter push coming out there, and it is doing a little bit of damage. That counter push is definitely preventing this tower from going down. Give it a couple more hits and the tower will actually be able to fall. No, it's still not in deny range, but the next creep wave is going to come along. One of the creeps is going to be pushed up forward, and now they are going to be able to get the push on this tower, and that's a huge Chronosphere on 3. And Witch Doctor's going to come in, and he's going to cast his wards, and his wards are going to deal not actually very much damage, but it doesn't matter. Wraith King's going to go down. The Enigma's going to go down as well. Doom's going to go down very quickly. Now they're going to follow up on Dart Hill, which is not going to be able to get a kill on anyone. Shupa's going to come in. They're going to try and get a kill. They do actually pick up Mark. So this team fight is actually going hugely in the favour of Southeast Asian rejects, purely because of the gold that's being shared amongst the teams. Nobody on a spree, though. Oh, huge double kill coming out from that Tinker. That's going to accelerate him into the late game. Unfortunately, no spree gold being shared there as quite, but that will make an impact, and we can see that that has plateaued and actually come back up to the Radiant or to the Southeast Asian rejects. Or to SEAR, and we can see that it's actually plateaued around the 8,000 mark as well in the difference in gold. That plateau is very, very good, because it's quite difficult to come back from a dive, but a huge jump is going to come in. Non-legit Zero, he's going to go for Hungry as well. The Enigma's going to almost certainly go down. Yes, he does go down. An attempted save there by Timbersaw is just not enough, and it means that Zero is going to be even stronger. He takes the invisibility rune, he pops it, and a charge of his bottle. The question is, will he be able to go for Dart Hill? He probably... no, I repeat, he certainly won't be able to kill him on his own, but he's still going to try, he's still going to give him a go, and he's still going to stalk him as well. That's the most important thing. He's just going to stalk him. He's just going to wait there and try and see if he can get a good opportunity to initiate or to engage, which he hasn't found yet. But now they see that the top lane's pushing, thanks to that Doom. Yeah, that Doom doing a good job of pushing. Is he going to be going for a Mjolnir or a late game item? No, it looks like he's going for a Shiva's Guard. Now they're going to go in for the Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's going to be picked off again, really simply. Shupa's going to come in. He's going to try and go onto the Doom, who was killed. The Faceless Void was killed. The Doom is going to Doom, and he's going to give the kill. The Faceless Void is going to need to get out of here, and he does actually manage to get out, but he is going to be stunned one more time. Doesn't matter though, so that's a 1-for-1 kill. The thing is though, is that Doom wasn't a spree. Yes, 317 gold going to the carry there for that Doom. So these team fights could still be big. Oh! But with the black hole being silenced there, Asian Warrior is going to come in. He's going to be able to go straight for Dart Hill. He's going to right-click him as much as he can, and he's going to actually be able to get a kill. He's stunned under the tower, but it doesn't make a huge difference, purely because... oh! Mylite actually switches in. He actually blinks out of there, but then goes back in. Non-legit Zero is going to be picked off by Shupa, by the Sand King there. Oh, another pick-off, so that's 4 kills actually going in favour of Not Legit. That's actually some extremely huge play there. Not in favour of Not Legit, sorry, in favour of Southeast Asian Rejects, because it means that their team fight is still quite strong, and without a lane of barracks taken, this hasn't been set, and we can see the graphs are starting to climb back up, and once again, that dive is the difficult thing to get out of. So if SEAR are able to make that dive themselves, that means that they'll be able to snowball out of control, get their Wraith King nice and farmed up, get their Tinker nice and farmed up, get their Timbersaw nice and farmed up, and really have a big presence in the late game, even though Bulbasaur has been unfortunately feeding. Actually, I don't think he's been feeding that much. I want to take a look at the kills here. Yeah, we see that Bulbasaur actually hasn't done as badly as that Timbersaur, even though that Timbersaur does have a lot more presence. And if we look at the net worth, we see that the Timbersaur is still higher because of the supporting done there by the line. Okay, ancient farming. And good farming here coming out by Not Legit as well. Something that should be noted is that I was going to say Roshan is up because I thought he would be, but he's very, very close to being up. And pings are coming out stating that the top lane looks like Not Legit do want to push out to this tower here and start getting tier 2 towers and start really pushing the game. Even though they've got a Faceless Void, they realise that their laning phase is much stronger than the team fight stage, and dire structures have been fortified for the mid, but I don't think that they're really worried about mid. I think that they're more than happy for a tier 3, you know, and making that trade on a tier 3 for a tier 2, and you can see that this tower's going to melt. And Asian Warrior is actually going to TP in, and he's going to try and go in for someone, but they're going to turn it around. Is Dart Hill going to be able to turn it around? They should be going for him, and no, they're not actually going to turn it around. Where's the Skeleton King? He won't actually be able to kill this Timbersaw, though. And now My Light is going to come in, and he's going to be in a bad position. That Faceless Void is going to go down. Not Legit Zero is going to go in as well. They're going to be able to get a kill on that Timbersaw, as well as the Bulbasaur there, thanks to Not Legit. Now there's 4 here for the Wraith King, so that means that Not Legit are going to be able to almost certainly get a kill here. Huge black hole though, it gets 2. Very good positioning by that Vengeful Spirit. Basically means that Vengeful Spirit made a huge difference. And look at the damage coming out here just from the cask. Now they're going back in for Shuba. They want to get Shuba. He tries to fight off Feanor, but it doesn't make a difference. Not Legit end up taking that team fight, but without the follow-up for a tower, it's still not decided that this is their game. Gosh, this is a close game. So Not Legit Zero, he can see now that Roshan is up, and he probably does want to kill it as well. He probably won't be able to without his Doom to tank the hits for him, even though he's got pretty solid right click at the moment with these few items. SEAR probably just have to wait for that black hole to come back off cooldown before they're able to make a big teamfight initiate, because if you see, that's still got 140 seconds, whereas Faceless Void's Chronosphere used, albeit earlier, not that much earlier, but still being used earlier, has a cooldown time of 60 seconds. He can use that once a minute, which means that he could have used it 25 times by now. No, he'd have to be level 6. Never mind! Either way, he can use it a lot more often than the black hole, which means that Not Legit can afford to be a little bit more reckless. Once again, SEAR have no idea of the Roshan that's going on.
Immortality.
And so Faceless Void is able to get the Aegis there, and he's quite close to his Mithril Hammer as well. He's going to try and run up, try and get as much farm as he possibly can. While the lanes continue to be pushed out. There is one problem, and that is that Faceless Void doesn't, in fact, have a area of effect item. He doesn't have a Mjolnir, he doesn't have a Battle Fury, he doesn't either. What was I going to say? Something. Either way, things that he doesn't have. A few things. Vengeful Spirit has farmed out that 4 staff, which means that she can do. She could potentially make a lot of big plays. Once again, Zero goes in, tries to get the kill, but everyone is there, and Zero is just going to have to try and TP, but he's not going to be able to TP. So that's a 2 for 1, going in favor of Not Legit. Sorry, going in favor of SEAR, making it ultimately better for them. Ooh, it's getting a bit late now. I've been casting for some time now, actually. I've cast 4 games today. This is my 4th game today. Yeah, finals are going to be best of 5. Might go to 5 games. Might not, but solo casting is very, very tricky. I find it to be much, much trickier than... Oh, Hand of Midas going to go back to base. While the bottom tower falls, and Mark is not in a comfortable position. He's going to have to play very, very carefully. And we're still waiting for big pushes to come out. To those who are watching on YouTube, just to let you know, on Twitch, all of these games will be uploaded to YouTube. All of my casts will be uploaded. If you are watching on YouTube and you like this sort of content, hit subscribe, because I do have a lot of a lot of Dota 2 videos that I will be doing, even in the future. Maybe from the time you see this video, depending from when you see it, of course. But I do have a lot of Dota 2 content, and if you're interested, leave a comment. Let me know what my viewers base likes to see. I will be doing a giveaway once I get to 50 subs on Twitch, because it'll be 50-50 all around, basically. And yeah, I think that would be rather interesting. Something that I'd love to do is get the 50 subs on Twitch. To really boost my presence, my online presence. So yeah, so if you are watching, not on Twitch, sorry, on YouTube, so if you are watching on YouTube, leave a comment, hit a like, and I'll upload more of this sort of material. So it looks like Not Legit, sorry, are going in for the tier 3 tower here, which can be glyphed, and I'm not sure whether it will be glyphed.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not Legit being very, very careful about the plays they want to make. Looks like neither of these two teams want to go in, and that's definitely reasonable because of the situation of the game and the state of the game and the way that it is at the moment. Not to mention they're probably just waiting for a good chronosphere, and they can't see on the high ground. They want the creeps to go up into the high ground. And Shupa looks like he's in a bad position. The question is, are they going to follow him up? Probably not, and we can see that Zero has already taken a lot of damage, and they're just going to have to be really careful with how they go in here. Shupa's still trying to put a little bit of pressure. He's going to be stunned, but they've gone into the bottom lane. They've already taken out Bulbasaur. Zero is not in a great position. He's going to have to get right out of there. Dartil doing a lot of damage already on the Doom, and a huge black hole is going to hit 2 people. One of them is going to melt. Asian Warrior has popped the BKB, so he might actually be able to get out of there. The Southeast Asian rejects are bringing this back. Will they be able to follow onto Asian Warrior? Maybe, maybe not. They've gone right in. They're going to deal a lot of damage to him. They're going to be able to bring him down. And that is 4 for 1. Going in favour of the Southeast Asian rejects. Most importantly, it's 4 for 1 on the losing side. That is a huge deal. And we can see the graph has plateaued at that 6,000-ish mark, at that 7,000 experience mark, and it's rising in terms of the gold, so it's going up and down and up and down. The problem is that the trades that are being made are still a little bit too early, and they might not actually be able to take down this tower. I hope they will.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're definitely going to push it, but you can see the glyph coming out next to immediately because they do want to fortify this, but Dartil's going to have to be really careful. They've gone in, they've tried to go in right on Hungry. Zero Zero is going to push his BKB. Hungry's going to go right down, and the ultimate's going to come down. Shupa's going to go down as well. They're going to have to go for that Sand King, but that's only a two-person trade, and Shupa can't run in there, and he can't. Bulbasaur gets a double! Oh, they go back in! They turn it around! They're bringing this back. They're going to go now for the Doom that's just TP'd in. Will they be able to catch him? Probably not. The damage just isn't enough, but wow! Talk about bringing back a team fight. Now Asian Warrior wants to go in. He's going to get a double Chronosphere. He's going to go for the strongest one, but he's going to be stunned up by the Wraith King. So no kills might actually happen here. And that's only a 5-second BKB, I'm guessing? No, that's still an 8-second BKB, so that's still a huge BKB. Mylight, the tower, does go down. He does sacrifice himself. Not sure if worth, but Shupa, fortunately in a bad position. He does get a kill there. But he does end his dominating streak, which is not a great position to be in. But you can see the experience. It's gone almost all the way back up to 0, as well as the gold graphs, just from that amazing team fight, and probably better communication coming from SEAR. I mean, we have seen really good communication coming out from Not Legit as well, mainly in the scope of that Invoker. My goodness, that's a huge area. Yes, that area has actually been buffed. It actually is larger now. And now they're going to go in, but Asian Warrior does end up losing out on his Chronosphere. Once again, he can be a little bit reckless with that because of the cooldown that it's on. And huge initiation. They're going in for Asian Warrior, but it's backtracked. The huge damage has been backtracked, and Dartil is just going to have to piss off, and he's going to have his mana just leapt back. Oh, that is the most annoying backtrack that you can get. The ultimate on the Finger of Death. They're going to come back into the Doom. They won't be able to finish him off now that he's popped the BKB. And Bulbasaur is way too far ahead. And Zero is going to take a lot of damage. But Hungry is going to be owned. He's not going to be able to pull off the Black Hole. And that means that Not Legit are going to be able to go back in. They're going to be able to make something happen. Feanor is in a bad position. Now they're trying to go for this Doom. Will he be able to get it? All he needs to do is bring it back. No, not quick enough. Not quick enough means that Dartils is just in a bad position, and he's not able to run away, and Doom ends up turning it around and actually getting the kill. But Timbersaw respawned. Oh my goodness. Bloodstone Charge is causing him to respawn, but look at that huge damage now coming out. He's able to get not a double kill there, but a single kill. Shupa wants to go and he wants to cause right-click damage. Oh, look at the damage coming out, and that wasn't backtracked. And now we've got huge damage coming out. Not Legit Zero. He will be able to stun him. He will be able to get the clicks. There it is. There's another 4 heroes down on the side of Not Legit, meaning that SEAR are bringing this back, and I called it. I called the game, and I was wrong. And I was just wrong. XP graph coming back up to 0. Gold graph coming back up to 0. Look at the net worth. The top is the Wraith King. The second is the Tinker. This is absolutely insane. So this is a huge play by SEAR. Absolutely owning this game and bringing it back. This is incredibly exciting. And now they're trying to push this. The question is, will they be able to push it just by themselves? They'll be able to take a few tank hits, but Shupa's in the wrong position. Now Shupa just wants to get out of there. He really just needs to get out of there. He can't even use his items. Looks like he is just dead, and he has accepted that. A lot of buybacks, but a lot of buybacks for one hero is really a big play, and that's basically the game there. But now they've tried to go onto the Bulbasaur as well as Dartil, but there's no follow-up. Oh, there is a stun though the Bulbasaur is going to be going down. Will he be able to get the invis? No, he won't. He will be taken down. So ultimately, kills going back and forth between both teams. So really good play both by SEAR and by Not Legit, but some amazing plays coming out by SEAR, and it's causing them to bring this game back, to bring it back towards 0. The goal difference is almost entirely because of that, and we need to remember that this game was something like 9-3 at the beginning of the game, and now SEAR are just bringing it back. They've just got the better team fights. Hungry is going to have to try and back off. as Mark gets a bunch of kills, but Enigma doesn't end up going down. They want to go for the GG push now. I'm almost certain that this is the big GG push. Does Wraith King have buyback? Yes, Wraith King definitely has buyback. He hasn't decided to use it, probably because he doesn't need to. And we can see Mylite here trying to get a couple of kills, but no, once again, they're not going for the GG push. Roshan is up, though, and they do have the illusion rune, and there's no ward vision on the Roshan spot. So they're going to have to be smart about it and just realize that they're going for Roshan. I take that back, they're not going for Roshan. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Was that something that I saw? Yeah, that's a hand of Midas. So that's going to start curving the graph in their favour, actually. Is there a hand of Midas on anyone else? No, there isn't. So that's a very good reason as to why the graphs are so close. So an illusion rune here, trying to check out the Roshan pit. The question is, do they want to go for the Roshan pit? I honestly don't see why not. I think they really should be going for the Roshan. They should be turning it around in their favour. They do get cheese on this run as well. It will be the third Roshan kill. Roshan is a big beast. He drops Aegis. If you kill him 3 times or more, you also get cheese, which restores a huge amount of health and mana. It's basically an Aegis that you use. Most importantly, what you can do is you can also sell it if you need to finish off an item and don't particularly want the regen. So it looks like the trade-off is being made. Roshan for the push. Are they going to rotate around? Are they going to come around to here? And the answer is looking like no. So they are just going to let this Roshan happen, and they're going to just push into the 2-legit base. They want to really go into the 2-legit base. And who's going to take the cheese? Storm Spirit's going to take the cheese. Now this is the problem. They could come in from behind. They can come in from around here. They can come in from around there. They can really come in from anywhere. The question is, where are they going to come in from? They've got to be really careful. We see Faceless Void here. He's going for the Bulbasaur, who's just out of position. The Bulbasaur is going to die next to immediately. Almost. He actually almost stays alive. Now they're going to go for the Wraith King. Wraith King's going to go down. The Aegis immediately popped by Light. He's not going to be able to get out of there, though. He's going to have to blink. He doesn't get the blink off, so now he's going to go down as well. Shupa's tried to go in. He's got no stun. He's just going to try and right-click. He's just one more right-click. He is able to get it. So he does get a kill there, but ultimately that's 5 for 2, which is not very good for SEAR that really needed the kill, that really needed the tower. They didn't get it, so that graph's going to drop down wildly. A lot of pinging going out from the Faceless Void that decided to time walk into an immovable part of the map. Probably not the smartest idea. And now it looks like Not Legit want to go for their own push down the mid. Maybe they go. Maybe this is going to be the big GG push. Bulbasaur is really going to have to be very, very careful with both his positioning and what he does. Basically what he wants to do is he wants to Earth Spike, Hex someone else aside from who he Earth Spiked, and then Finger of Death somebody, probably a support like a Vengeful Spirit. That could make a huge difference. But otherwise he doesn't want to be around there. Just as daytime hits, it looks like the teams do back off. This game could still go for another 20 minutes. I could still see this game going for another 20 minutes, which I tell you what, it'd be a strain on me, but it is turning into a very interesting game. Yeah, it's I did call it to Not Legit. I'm pretty much sticking to my guns, but it's not set. It is not a set game. It really still is anybody's game. But I'm pretty sure Not Legit are going to take it. And now the March of the Machine comes out. as Not Legit decide that they want to push the bottom tower, they probably should have someone split pushing the top tower as well, but nothing's happening. They're just putting pressure, but they're not actually doing anything, which is a little bit bad because it means that their Void, the most important farmer, is not farming, and his Hand of Midas is off cooldown, both of which are not a good situation that he wants to be in. So now all of the teams are getting back here. We do see Tinker wanting to push back this lane, and they've probably just accepted that that tower is going to go down. They're not going to use the glyph on that tower. They're going to wait for the tier 3 tower, which I agree is a very smart decision. So Tinker trying to cast as many of the things that he can, go back to base, try and regen as much as he can while this lane is being pushed here. But Not Legit don't have much pushing power without a good Chronosphere initiation. So as long as SEAR are well far away from each other, all of their heroes except for the Wraith King are ranged, and this Timber Saw, but the Timber Saw can be ranged. Shupa is not in a good position. He cannot be blocked by those creeps. He's going to have to back off. But that's alright, he's going to end up being absolutely fine. My Light is going to try and get a kill on Zero. There's a TP here. By who? I don't know. I can't say I know what happened there, but you can see that Not Legit, they just can't stay. So they're going to back off, they're going to try and farm. And this is going to give Tinker a little bit of space to try and TP to some places and continue pushing out these lanes, which hopefully he will be able to do. I'd be blinking forward. Blink, cast another March of the Machines. Blink, cast another March of the Machines is what I would be doing if I was the Tinker, but alas, I'm not. He's just trying to push the lanes as much as he can in all directions, while the rest of his team just try and farm. And now they're going to be really getting on the de-warding here, and they could be de-warding this as well as the one up. Actually, this one's not as necessary as it's going down in 10 seconds.
Over here now. Double damage.
Zero doing a very good job this game as well. Let's take a look at the kills and assists and deaths. And we see that it is going to Zero and Asian Warrior, as well as a Doom, doing a much better job than he did as Magnus back in the last game. A bit of an appalling job as Magnus, but he's doing much better job as Doom in this game. Mid lane push looks like it's coming out from the Dire. Are they going to go? Is Zero going to go in? No, they're not going to go in because Bulbasaur really needs to be around 3 or 4 people. He simply cannot hang around on his own. If he is on his own, he needs to be on his own in base. And we can see this Tinker trying to push, but not really able to get the split pushes off, and that's because I don't think his positioning is particularly good when he's using those March of the Machines. He's missing a lot of space in which the March of the Machines could be affecting the creep wave. So I'm not really sure why the TP back to base. So what he should do is he should blink up to about here, which is where the creep wave is going to meet again. Blink, cast the Master of the Machines. Blink up to here, cast the Master of the Machines. Not because that's where the creep wave is going to meet, but he could actually go back to base now. But he's going to do a little bit of damage here to the Ancient Stack, and then go back home. And the Dire Ward is that a D Ward? No, that was just the Dire Ward running out of time. There's no Radiant Ward there, unless the Radiant Ward recently ran out of time as well. But it looks like Not Legit do want to start making kills happen. They've smoked up. They do not have a ward up here, which means that they probably don't know where the team is. Either way, Roshan isn't going to be up for another couple of minutes at least. And an invisibility picked up by the Storm Spirit, which means that he's able to go forward. Shupa's going to be picked out, but he's going to blink away, and that's basically going to ruin the It's basically going to ruin the smoke, and Not Legit are just going to have to back off. Unfortunately, they could possibly make a team fight happen, but they're not going to. Without a good Chronosphere initiation, they really can't make a team fight happen. So now moving up the mid, Not Legit, wanting to go finally for this last tower, and they're just trying to push against this wave. And Tika doing a good job with that March of the Machines and just trying to deal as much damage to these heroes as possible, TPing backwards and forth to try and keep this tower at bay. But ultimately we're just waiting for Void's good initiation, but once again they're not going to go in because Void isn't even there, and I don't know what more Void really needs. I really don't know. Top tower is taking a little bit of damage, and Tinker's going to continue pushing the lanes while the rest of his team push the mid lanes. Which is fair enough. It looks like, see, this one is a little bit out of place here, but that's absolutely fine. I still would have blinked up and done another one because I would have had the mana for it. Oh, that's a waste of a Chronosphere there. Which means that I'm wondering if they're pinging the Roshan pit because they want to go into Roshan now that Chronosphere's down. They've got a minute to do it. Are they going to use this minute, or are they going to push up the mid lane? Are they going to try and get a smoke gank kill, maybe knowing that that's down for another 40 seconds? But that's all that they've got. So it looks like this is time for SEAR to push through the mid lane. They're going to try and make an effort along this lane. No, they're not. They're going to go straight into the Roshan pit, and they're going to try and kill Roshan.
Double damage.
And Shupa's going to be able to deal a lot of damage there, although it looks like they know, and they've got another 7 seconds. And that means that they definitely know, and Shupa wants to get out of there. No, he doesn't want to get out of there. They're going to try and fight in. So MyLight wants to try and go in. They want to try and make kills happen. Roshan fall into the Dire, and the Sages is stolen. So that ultimately goes so much better for the Dire team, for Not Legit. Not Legit are able to move in. They're able to move into MyLight. He goes down finally. Shupa goes down. Now can Shupa turn this around and start making fights happen? Bulbasaur is in a bad place. He's going to have to try and get out of there. Bulbasaur goes down. Immediate buybacks by everyone. Shupa trying to get out of there. Is he going to turn around in this team fight? He should just stun him. He should just turn around. He can't stun him now though, but he should just keep fighting him. And the stun's going to come in, and Not Legit Zero is going to go very, very low, but he doesn't have enough mana, so the stun's going to come in. Shupa's going to be able to take him down. That's 3 down. Doom goes down on the back end. I didn't see where that happened. There he was. MyLight taking him down as well. So now are they going to go for the big push mid, knowing that it's just Vengeful Spirit alive and no buybacks? They've got all the buybacks. They really need to go in, and they really need to make this push happen. The mech comes out. They want to make this push happen. They want to really take it to the base. Is this a sign of SEAR bringing this game back from the clutches of defeat? I'm saying yes. Although I called it for Not Legit before, and I was wrong, so who knows. Buyback coming out from the Faceless Void. I still think that they should take out this tower. No, they're just going to back off and leave this tower be. They don't want bad teamfights to go badly in their favour, even though the Reincarnate is back up. So even after a loss of that Roshan, they were able to turn that teamfight around, and you can see the difference in the gold and the XP graphs. 20,000, 15,000, and yet SEAR's teamfight is just better. Thanks to this Wraith King, thanks to this Tinker. Wraith King already level 25, Tinker level 23, that Doom level 24, but just with not as much net worth. So, very good teamfight coming out by SEAR, which ultimately might cause them to have the win. Neither team is pushing aggressively. Wraith King is going to have to go for a Monkey King bar, But it looks like he's gone for boots first. It's okay because he does have enough reliable gold for his buyback. And it means that he's able to transport to places a lot faster. But once again, he is going to need that MKB just to be able to fight against the butterfly of the Faceless Void there. Now they're moving outwards. They want to make a kill happen. They've got Hungry staying around on the back lines, and they've gone in for a stun in. They've gone in for the Doom. They want to go in. Where's the blink in? There's no blink in. Asian Warrior comes in. He tries to go for My Light. My Light might actually die, but he's actually been stunned. He's been stunned. My Light turns this around. He gets the kill. They get the kill on the Doom. They get the kill on the Faceless Void, and they're down for 100 seconds. And now they want to push up the mid. They want to take these towers. They want to win this game. There's been a huge initiation by Hungry. He's got 5 seconds, 2, 1, but he doesn't need to use it. Vengeful Spirit is down 75 seconds. Now where are they? They're going to push up this bottom lane, and they're going to take this bottom tower. Almost 100%. No buyback for Doom. No buyback for Faceless Void. They're going to try and push out this tower as quickly as they can. They want to really put a lot of pressure on this tower, and you can see them pushing up as quickly as possible as 4. Shupa's very, very low, but he's just going to right-click the heroes down as quickly as he can. He should probably do it without the armlets so that he gains more life, as well as the mech there. So he did pop his armlet for the mech, which is a very good play. Faceless Void still going down so quickly, thanks to that Tinker there, and now they're able to push this barracks. And this barracks is going to be a huge turning point. Either way, Mark is going to cast his ult. Are they going to go in? Not legit Zero. He comes in. They're trying to right-click him. Shupa's trying to right-click him. He's trying to deal all the damage in the world, and he gets the damage, and he's able to... And there's been a jump in once again by Zero from an immediate buyback, but it's not going to make a difference. Dartil is trying to go for this barracks. Shupa's trying to go for this barracks. Shupa needs to take down this barracks, and once he does take down this barracks. Zero comes in. Will Shupa be able to fight him? No, he won't be able to fight him. But there's going to be no TP by the Tinker in either. Maybe something would happen, but Shupa's just going to back off, and that's a good team fight. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. They've got mega creeps, which means that that lane is going to be entirely easier to push. And look at what My Light is doing. Look at this. Look at this. Huge March of the Machines just marching up in the top lane and dealing as much damage as possible up in the top lane. And then you can see he's using everything, and My Light might be going down, but he just got a lot tankier. He's going to try... Oh, and the BKB is going to be popped at the perfect time. So it means that the Tinker's going to go down, but just because the Tinker's down doesn't mean that they won't be able to push. It means that the split push has been reduced, but it doesn't mean that the push has been reduced, because Not Legit won't be able to make a big push happen out of this. They're going to try and push the mid lane. They're going to try and end this quickly because they know the teamfight potential of the Wraith King, and they know that the Wraith King doesn't have the Monkey King bar that he needs to try and fight that Faceless Void, especially on that 60-second cooldown Chronosphere. I'm fairly sure that the game is going to come down to this team fight, and this is one of the things that I've been really quite sure about in this game. I think this team fight is definitely going to be the turning point. Tinker should have buyback. It looks like he has got buyback, but it's on down for 30 seconds still, and now they've tried to go in on Shuba. They're going to jump in. The stun's gone in. Shuba's taken a lot of damage. He's still got his reincarnate. He's going to pop his reincarnate. Dartil is going to try to go in. He's going to try to go in on Zero, but it's not going to make a difference. Is Hungry going to go in? No, Hungry's going to go down. Does Hungry have buyback? He does have buyback. In 5 seconds, he's almost certainly going to use it. Shupa's going to need to try and get a couple of kills. He's not going to be able to. That's 3 down. Shupa's going to buy back. There's going to be a buyback from the Enigma as soon as he's able to get it up. Is the middle lane going to fall down? Dartil's going to go in, but that was a terrible idea. Dartil's going to fall down. Next instant, oh! Huge black hole is going to hit 3 people. And that's going to be 2 down, almost certainly. Doom's going to come in. He's going to try and use it as a refresher, but Shupa's going to be able to right-click him down. Asian Warrior's going to TP out of there. He's going to be able to get out, and now they're going to have to push this mid lane. They're going to push this mid lane 100%. They're going to push it violently. They're going to push it as violently as they push down the bottom lane. And you can see Shupa here. He wants to get right clicks. He doesn't care that he's not getting gold. He just wants to right click. He needs to get his Monkey King bar. He should get it delivered to him immediately. I don't care what, he should swap it out for the Hand of Midas. I really don't care. But if he gets that Monkey King bar, he'll be able to be ridiculously stronger. I mean, ridiculously stronger. Dare I say, he could even swap it for the armlet, and that'd make a huge difference. The only person alive, the Faceless Void, has bought back, but I don't think they care. They're just going to be really, really cautious about going in for that Faceless Void. Unfortunately, no refresher on the Enigma is going to make it a little bit trickier. So Shupa should be the only one here sacrificing himself. He's still got his Reincarnate. He wants to push this middle barracks. He wants to put all of the pressure on here. An Asian Warrior is just going into the top lane. Are they going to go after him? No. Middle barracks goes down. Bottom barracks is pushing in. Look at this huge creep wave going in, but they're not going to stick around. They're going to back up, and I don't think that they should back up. It looks like they're going for top tower. They can get rid of this top tower. The creeps are in range, which means that a couple of right clicks are going to do it. Bang, bang, there it is. Wraith King gets that tower, and now it's gone into turtle mode for Not Legit, the team that was by far the strongest in the beginning. Wow. Gosh, I hope you guys are enjoying this game. If you guys are enjoying this game, hit the follow button on my Twitch. I've said it before, but I will say it again because I do like doing these sorts of things. I do casts. I will be casting Canberra Dota, the Barracks LAN event. It's going to be a huge event, and it's going to be really fun having all of you guys at the Barracks LAN. So hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, and I'll see you then. I'll see you then for the day, for the Barracks LAN. 52 to 39. Let's take a quick look at these graphs again. Graph 20,000. 20,000 in favor of Not Legit. Gold graph only 6,000. Only 6,000 in favor of Not Legit, coming back from about 15 grand. 15 grand on a deficit, and the experience graph is just staying the same. But as the game gets later and later, that experience graph is going to come back to 0. Why? Because they're all going to hit 25. If we take a look at the hero level, we see a lot of them are 25, and it's just the supports at the back end, like Bulbasaur. All he needs to do is just survive for a team fight. That's all he really needs to do. Meanwhile, Tinker just trying to push out these lanes without getting picked out as much as possible. That Roshan is going to be back up in 2 minutes, about-ish. Sorry, less than 2 minutes. 1 minute. Roshan back up in about 20 seconds. Five seconds now. And there he is. And now they know. So they want to go in as quickly as possible, and they want to get this Roshan, and you can see the huge amount of damage that's coming in on the Roshan, thanks to the Faceless Void, thanks to the Doom. SEAR, they've got their timing down pretty much perfectly by sitting at that Roshan, but it could have been another 2 minutes. But it looks like they've just gotten lucky.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
She's being picked up by the Witch Doctor. And now it looks like they want to go for the push. I still think that that last team fight decided the match. In which case... Yeah, I still think that that last team fight decided the match, in which case SEAR would be on top here. But once again, it will come down to Shupa is going to try and backdoor him. He's going to try and rush in for the backdoor. He's got a lot of damage. He doesn't have area of effect damage, though, which is the only shameful thing, which is one of the things that he can't do. But that's okay, because Tinker is not sticking around here. Sorry, Tinker is sticking around here and dealing a lot of damage to Asian Warrior, as well as to Not Legit Zero. Will he be able to get the kill? Oh my goodness, that was so close. If he had drawn it back just slightly sooner, that would have been huge. That's the cheese next to wasted. They might take out this barracks, but look at Shupa in the top lane. He's going for the barracks. He wants to go for the throne. He's going for the middle tower. While Not Legit don't even realize what's going on. He's going for it. There's nothing. They can't bring this back. Not Legit Zero is trying to go in. Shupa's just running away. Is there going to be a TP by Tinker? No, they're running in. They're trying to get Mask. Shubos might even be able to get the kill. He's turned it around! He's gone for the Ancients! He's gotten it! Oh my goodness! The back door there coming out from Schumer, the captain! The captain, the leader, the carry, the Wraith King that turned this game around! Oh my goodness, huge plays! I don't even... oh wow! That's 2 games to SEAR, to the Southeast Asian rejects. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, congratulations to the Southeast Asian rejects. Oh yeah, okay, going up on YouTube. If you want to see big plays like this, huge comebacks, you hit that follow button. That's what you do. And if you're already followed, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for supporting the Australian Dota scene, MASCA CyberWars community. This is what I love casting. This is what I love seeing. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, it's absolutely amazing, especially here in the Australia scene. Yeah, I'm gonna get Noob from UA to post this up on his YouTube channel. God, that'd be great. I'm plugging Noob from UA a little bit, but there you go. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. Hit that follow button if you liked it. All of this will be up on YouTube, youtube.com/goingonlylogical. If you'd like to watch the VODs, there might be a little bit of a problem with Twitter, with Twitch, with music, but that might be fixed, but it might not. Either way, I'll see you next time, guys.